Vandervelden here from Money Mama on moneymama.org, and I invited my friend Ekaterina here from. Where are you from again?
I
You're in
live
Vancouver.
in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, but originally from Russia.
So we actually met at a week-long mastermind in Miami with a bunch of our teammates. We mainly work online, but we wanted to meet. Every 3 months we meet in person to have a mastermind, and we decided, we wanted to do a hangout together just to kind of talk about who we are. I am currently what I call walking the earth with my husband. We just left New Zealand. Actually, I left in last month, and I was in New Zealand for about 5 years. I worked in the film industry and had a pretty, what most people would consider a really cool job with really talented people and on awesome projects. And I think at that point in time in 2009 when I first moved to New Zealand that it was the best thing for me because it was a step up in my career. But I mean, working in a really cool place can only last for so long. And I think the thing is, what I'm finding out now is you need to have a passion for what you do. And even though I was in a great environment, working 50, 60, 70 hours a week was really getting me down, and having to work public holidays, and I was just really kind of sick of working for the corporate world, working for someone else, and I really wanted to get out of my situation. So I was looking online for ways to earn money online or to find a job or some sort of freelance gig or anything that I could do that would let me have the freedom to do what I want to do, to still earn money, earn income and even residual income, because I was just sick of it. I lived in New Zealand for 5 years and I haven't even explored the country yet. So I found a solution, and I'm lucky enough to be a part of a really close group who we all get along personally, but we also have a really strong professional relationship as long as a personal relationship. And yeah, I just wanted to bring out Ekaterina, and yeah, just tell us about yourself, Ekaterina.
Well, my story is long as well. Me and my family immigrated from Russia about 14 years ago. There's five of us. I have an older brother and sister, so we moved countries basically by modeling another family that was immigrating to Canada as well back in 2000. So it's been about 14 years, and it has been, it has been a journey. I'll call it a journey because moving into a new country, not speaking a word of English, having to, learn the skills and the way and the gist of the ways people live in North America. It's been a really huge change for us. And I became a mom at the age of 21, and I have a beautiful boy. He's going on 7 years old this May. Having to, co-parent since my relationship didn't work with my son, and having, running a family business, and also wanted to, just got into a point where, you can have a business or you could have a job, which is, having a business is like having a job. And I just felt like I'm always working, and I wanted to spend more time with my son. And there's always things coming up, and I was really trying to kept asking myself, like, why, the question popped as to what, like, why am I doing this? Like, where am I going? Like, what is the future for my son? Like, what am I doing really to give him the best that I can for the future? Refusing to put him into public school system because it's just, I don't have a problem with public school education, but my child is on a wait list to a private school. Just These are just, little things that I find that I can do for him, and having to also find different ways as to how I can have more time to spend with him, and having to not to necessarily work less, but work, I could work more but have more benefit. And at the end of the day, that benefit will be is to have more time, to have more freedom, to do what I want to do, to pursue my own passions, and connect with different people because I love people, and at the same time, give future and provide future for me and for my son, and as well as those around.
And I wanted to ask you, what was one moment in time where you really thought to yourself that you really had to find another solution other than spending so much time at just doing your business or even at was there ever a point in time where you're like, I this is it, I can't handle it anymore, I really need to do something about this to give my son a better life?
Yeah, and that has to do a lot with if you're in the workplace or if you are a small business owner or whatever business that you own is sometimes it's really hard, especially with traditional family business owners, because I'm going from my own personal experiences where I really felt like I had to start making changes is family having the still having the traditional mindset about how we do things. And since I came to Canada at the age of 14, it was a little bit easier for me to adjust, and I've worked several jobs, and my English was better than the rest of my family. um, I just felt like I needed to educate myself more. And I felt like the things that I was trying to explain to my mom and my sister, who are my business partners, we just could not be on the same page when it came to, marketing our business. And I just felt like I needed to do something else. I had to get out and get information from people, like finding mentors, people who are successful that I could totally model and copy on how they do things. And that came to starting to read more books and attending different live events and listening to audios. And just, our shop is open 7 days a week, and I was there 7 days a week, and it just became really, really tiring. I started to ask myself, like, why am I here, 7 days a week? If we're in a business and we want to make it grow, you're supposed to have employees working for you, not your business, like, not you have to run your business, not your business running you, kind of thing. So this is the time, and that happened about, I don't know, like maybe about 6 months to a year ago, where I started to really look how can I change things around. And the number one thing that I've gone, around and started to read and do my due diligence and to see how I can make things better was to invest in myself and really start, reading a lot of leadership books. And yeah, there's been some days it's been really bad because I'm co-parenting, and it's really hard for especially for a single mom to handle everything, having to deal with family and a business. Not that family businesses aren't good, but sometimes it becomes really complicated just because they're family. But I still love them very much, and yeah, I just felt like I had to do something, and it was some days I cried because I worked so much that my son really started to ask me, like, "Mommy, why do you have to go to work all the time? Why can't we just like hang out?" And this is the time where I really started to listen to my kid, because he started to notice that, well, mommy's working so much. He started to feel like, I'm not giving him my attention, I'm not giving him my time, and it's time for change.
Yeah. I think that's pretty interesting. I remember we were talking about that in Miami. And there was also one thing in Miami that really stood out when we were with our other teammates, is that, especially with our mentors, they were really pushing to get us to think about our vision and what we really want, not only with our personal self, but it just seems like with us as a whole, personally and financially and everything. So I wanted to ask you, what is your vision? What was your vision that you came up with in Miami, and how you feel now about it?
Well, for a really long time, and I think that, refers to a lot of people, is that a lot of people do not have a vision. They don't have people forget to dream, and they just go to a 9 to 5. And I have lots of friends who do that, and they simply just get comfortable and content with the amount of money they make, or people that will complain all the time oh, I'm not making enough money, or I can't afford to buy certain things. And really just being scared and being fearful of seeing, and maybe there's another possibility out there for you. And part of my, what really, changed me and really hit me in Miami is that, attending a live event with about 5,000 people, and all of those people have a dream and they have a vision. People want to be free at the end of the day. Like if I think about back in the day when we didn't have what we have these days, all the luxuries, and people used to be way more happier back in the day. Right now, I just feel like the world is filled with a lot of unhappy people, and that goes for stuff we see on TV, all the media, teenagers going out of control, shooting in schools, killing, all the wars. There's just so much negativity out there, and it's just the energy of being negative, and people wanted to have power instead of making a difference together in the world, and just appreciating the little things, like saying thank you to people and not being jealous of what the other person has. Um, and it really hit me, just being in that environment of about 5,000 people, and just really feeling the energy, because we are energy. We are what we eat, think, and breathe. And when you're in a good mood and you're happy and you're having a good day, you could totally, your vibe and your energy just changes, and you could totally feel it, and you tend to attract those kind of people in your life. So my vision is that, because of this Miami event, and meeting all these great people, and feeling the energy. And we almost came back about a month ago, and I'm still wearing the hat. And there's a reason why I wear the hat still. I just feel like it's still, this hat has this energy that I brought back with me to Vancouver from Miami. And therefore, I want to spread this energy to other people, and to let them know that there's another life out there available for you, that you should not be scared. And I know there's, a lot of different opportunities out there, to do business, especially for people who are wanting to do business from home, or, just getting the knowledge to use in their own business, whatever business you're in. Um, because I'm here because I want to be free. I want to be able to create an income for myself, um, that will allow me to do what I want to do. That where I can, gain knowledge, and surround myself with people who are successful, people who are making it happen, who can show me their money blueprint, and show me the ways of exactly how they're doing it. And I just want to see more people being happy out there. I want to see the wars end, and it's all really up to people. And I believe, if I the way you were speaking English, I would be, did we get disconnected there?
Yeah, sorry about that.
But
My
I'm still live though. I kept on talking because I didn't
Yeah,
know what
no, that's
happened.
good. Keep on going.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Did you hear me though?
I heard you up to your hat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I was talking about the hat since it's because I picked it up at the airport and what I said about my hat was that this hat still has that energy from the event, from all the people that I was surrounded with, and I brought it back to Vancouver. And whenever I feel like my, those energy levels that pump that I got while being at the event kind of starts to fade off, I put on the
Nice,
hat.
nice. Yeah, I saw you wore
Yeah.
it the other day when we did another hangout, and it was when I saw it, I was like, yeah, that felt really good. Just seeing the hat.
Yeah, yeah, it always reminds me of the Miami because, it was really a shift for me in Miami. It's just it's just being around, because here I'm alone. There was a lot of us, but here I'm by myself. So I need to make sure that I sustain that energy in my, in my little world that I have going. And yeah, that's the reason why I keep the hat around. So
And that's why we
I'm glad I
do.
picked that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's why. Sorry to interrupt. That's why we do our events and our masterminds every 90 days, so we can renew that energy because it's a pretty awesome environment to be around. Just all of us together, and it was funny because my husband was still in New Zealand. He's here now, and I was there for a week, and he was like, "Well, what are you guys doing? Are you guys just partying?" And I'm like, "No, we're sleeping 4 hours a night, but we're up masterminding, and even if we do go out, we're still." Talking about our strategies and things that we do in our lives, and it's just such an interesting energy. It's so different than anything I've experienced. What about you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's I've never been to a live event before, and it's just been really transformational. Just seeing people, like-minded people who are on the same, on the same page as you are. All of us have different dreams, but we all have the same vision, and that vision is to be free. That vision is to empower as many people as we can around the world and to really open their minds to and show them that there's a way of living a better life and being happy, and it all starts within you yourself personally. Is about changing your mindset and changing how you do things and surrounding yourself, the importance of being surrounding yourself with the right people in your life. That's what makes a really big difference.
Now we talk a lot about being free and having freedom and being freedompreneurs. Well, what does freedom mean to you in your eyes?
Freedom to me, that doesn't mean not working. I will is it's freedom is having the ability to do what I want and when I want, working about 4 hours, 4 hours a day. I would say, I don't want to say that I don't want to completely not work, and really just doing things that I love, is surround myself with people, visionaries, with dreamers, and having those all of us together, and just it's about helping people. It's about helping other people to achieve their dream. Like I have a dream, and I want to tag along as many people as I can with me, and towards the same vision that we all have. It's like a boat, and then there's a bunch of people on the boat that we're all dreamers, and then we have this one destination, which is our vision. And so the more the more people we'll have on the boat, and instead of the motor, we'll have the paddles. So the more people we have, that means the more paddles and the more hands that we'll have, the faster we're gonna go. So I feel like the more we can grow this community of dreamers, and make sure that we provide everyone with the tools of how we can all get there, teach them about how they can change their mindset. We will, get to our vision that much faster.
Yeah, definitely. And
And yeah,
yeah,
and
so
yeah. So, Oh, sorry, I don't mean to start talking and you talking because I kept talking about the vision. So the vision is to, the vision is just to empower as many people as we can, is to teach people how to dream, how to dream again and don't get stuck in your life and start thinking positive because you really get one chance, in this life, in this physical body before we go to eternity. But, make the best out of it and don't stress and don't try to let negative people get to you. Just try to stay positive and just surround yourself with some positive people.
Positive, like-minded people. Yeah, I think the most interesting thing to me was that we were all in the house, and everybody is so different. I mean, you and I are so different, and there's how many people were in the house? Like 10 or 15 people or something like that. But during that whole week-long mastermind, I never felt like we got in each other's spaces, even though we were right next to each other. And I think a lot of it is because we have the one goal to have, our freedom, whatever we perceive our, freedom to be. So, yeah, I really like that, and I'm looking forward to New Orleans. Are you going to be in New Orleans or are you going to
Nice,
be in
nice.
Seattle?
No, I'm gonna be in New Orleans, and I think I will probably attend the Seattle event because it's about 2 hours away from me. So I definitely wanna, get that and get some of my team members to come along, which live in Vancouver as well because it's real close by, and we can all share the hotel and hang out and do some sightseeing because you want to go there not only to learn, not only to get pumped, but at the same time you want to go have a good time.
Yeah, exactly. But I even never, even when we were, working every day, I never felt like we were actually working. It was just,
Exactly, because time flies by when you're having fun. It's fun. It's fun being doing what we do and sharing our vision and our dream and inspiring people and just getting to a point where someone says thank you for showing me the way. Because of you, because you inspired me, because you were strong and because we were all so consistent with our message. We help people change their lives, and at the end of the day it's just that's the feeling that you want to get, so you never feel like you're working when you're doing something you love.
right. One thing else that stood out for me was with one of the breakout sessions that we had. Was it Saturday? There was a one of the girls that was sitting in front of us. Were you next to me at the?
Yeah, we were sitting together, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you were. So there was a girl in front of me, and I remember her because I saw her at the Anaheim event, and I remember her speaking on stage, and I had been following her ever since, and just kind of trying to emulate her because I really liked her style. I liked how she presented and promoted her what she was promoting, her products and services, and so I just asked her if I could take a picture with her, and I asked her a simple question, and she was just like what surprised me the most, not with just her, but with the other leaders that we know of, or they're just so humble. She was just so happy to talk to me and give me a little bit of advice before the speaker started speaking at that particular breakout session. So we went to a lot of the same breakout sessions, and I wanted to ask you which session did you enjoy the most, or which session stood out for you out of, I think there was the three different ones on Saturday that we went to in Miami.
Yeah, we attended the workshop with Mike Hobbs, which talked about mostly video marketing and how to get 2 people a day, how to help 2 people a day change their life and get on board with us.
Mhm.
Another one I enjoyed was with Justin Berengia and Aaron Rashking.
That
That
one was
was that
really
was yeah, it was a top hit. The room was packed. People are sitting on the floor. People are standing. There were no seats. It was a kill. It was sick. It was like just seeing how many people are wanting to go and hear to these people and hear to what they have to say. Like it's beautiful.
one thing I like about them, because they were the two speakers, and Dee was there too. She spoke a little bit, but
Yeah.
Justin and Aaron are so different as well. and they still share a similar vision and a similar dream. And what I like about their presentation is that they had two different perspectives of the same thing, or the topic. The topic was being your best self, and using that, being your best self to make your life better pretty much in every way, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, everything. And so, and when we're in rooms like that, when we're listening to these like 6 or 7 figure earners, you really want to listen to them, because you pretty much want to emulate what they're doing. And yeah, no, just what surprises me again, like what I mentioned earlier, is that they're just so humble, and they're so
Yeah.
willing to give out information.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Justin Berenger came by the mastermind at the house, and then he's just a super cool guy. They're just they're normal people. Like we're all people. There's nothing, and like you said, they're humble. They don't dress in no flashy stuff. All this bling, the rings, the chains, the watches, or whatever. They're just simple, down to earth people, and this is what I love about this company. The owner, the president, Dave Wood and David Sharp have created this company for people. They because they care about people. They've come, their background is like they've been humble for a really really long time, and they went through the struggles, and they found a way, and their vision is huge. Their vision is so big that their vision have to fit other people's vision, and that's big, and they're just simply doing it for the people, and this is what I love. They care. This is, I don't know how many other marketing companies out there on the market today that really care about their people. They're not only that they provide value information that you don't necessarily have to join our team, that you can use in your own life for your own purposes, or for your own business, but it's just available for everyone. Absolutely, it's huge.
They even mentioned that too to us, when they're telling us, be clear about your vision, but also be clear about your vision. Include the people you want to help in their vision. So your vision has to be pretty huge. If you want to go out and help people, you have to know their vision and make sure that yours includes that. So that, I thought that was, I've never even thought of that before. I guess as humans, we're all so self-centered that when you think of your own thing, you're just kind of thinking, this is what I want to do for me. But if you want to help people, you have to think of them as well.
Yeah, yeah, no, of course. And this is like another thing, like I said, when you got disconnected there for a minute, is that, some people will get jealous when they see successful people, just seeing someone drive a nicer car than they do, or dress in a nicer, dress designer clothes, instead of no-name clothes. And they'll say things like, oh, he's rich, or rich people are greedy. They'll use those phrases, but not having to realize and criticize that person for dressing a certain way, or driving a certain kind of car, not even knowing what this person has gone through, because all they see is the outside. They have no idea what these people did, or what they do on daily basis, not only to get to where they are, but to keep it. This is another thing. They have absolutely no idea, and a lot of people are still stuck in that little, mind frame of theirs, and they never move forward. They just, this is all they know, and they're not open to learn new things, and they'll feel like, oh, if I have a 7 or 6 figure income earner, telling me what to do, you should listen. If you're an average person, you should listen to people who are more successful than you are, and learn what they do. Be open to learn. Don't act like you know everything, or maybe, oh, it's just their way. He's a person just like you are. He just had more, he was more persistent. He just had more strength. He had more belief. And what's stopping you from, doing what he did? He's also a person. He doesn't have any superpowers. We all have the superpowers within us, but we just don't use them. And again, I can't stress this enough. Surround yourself with like-minded people. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. I wanted to go along the lines of seeing a person and all this rich bling and all that stuff. I actually have an interview in an hour of a 17-year-old girl who in New Zealand who's a close family friend of my husband, but she's been working. She's worked at some concerts with Rihanna and some other big musicians in New Zealand, and a lot of comments that she's getting from her friends or even strangers, I don't know who, they're just seeing her and they're like, oh, what, she thinks she's too good, just kind of those like those kind of comments that make it seem like she was doing whatever she's doing is bad. But she came around and she was like, I don't know why people are hating me because they say that I'm lucky or I'm doing this and that to get where I am. And she's like, I work hard and I know what I want, so I work to get to it. I'm not, I'm paying my own way to do things, and I'm standing where, or I'm going to wherever these people are just to get my foot in the door, and I'm working hard to get where I am. And like what she's doing is getting her to where she wants to be, and so all people see is her in photos with Rihanna, or her in photos with, I don't know, Eminem or something, whoever she's been dealing with. And so I was like, good for you. I mean, this girl is only 17, and or maybe she's 18, 17 or 18, and she's really got a solid head over her shoulders. And I guess that just teaches us, and it's teaches me that to get what you want, you need to work to get to it. And you just can't think about what other people are saying, as long as you're always going to come across people who are going to say things about you, but you just have to keep on going, knowing that you're in the right direction and knowing that you're going to help other people. You're taking action towards your dream and you're
Yeah.
helping others doing the same.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because all people see is just they just see they just see the outer shell. They see the looks, but they have no clue of what's going on behind the scenes,
Yeah.
And in order for you to know what's going on behind the scenes is to learn from that person. That's all I can say.
So I know,
Having to be around those people and having them share exactly what's going on.
yeah, exactly. So I know for our next hangout, we're going to start talking about some strategies of some of the stuff that we're doing um, to get where we are. But I wanted to ask you now, do you have any other dreams or goals or just anything that you're thinking of what you want to do, with yourself and with your business and with your family? I'm just curious.
Yes, actually, I do. I have some personal goals as I wanted to get into the best shape of my life in this 2014, and it's hard work. It's not easy, and some days, you have to make sacrifice, and like going to the gym, which I really love to do, but sometimes not having the time to do that because I know I need to provide for my son, and I need to put in the time now, and I want to travel. I want to do some more traveling, even if it's just a short trip, grab my son, and I want to go to Europe. I want to do a tour from, Greece, Spain, Italy. I've always wanted to go to Egypt. So Egypt is probably my top priority. I don't know, I'm just fascinated with, all the history and stuff. And also going back to my country as well, going to Moscow and going to St. Petersburg, and really having to just meeting different people in different parts of the world, and just having that satisfaction of, oh, I've been there, I know someone there, I know people in all these different places, and this is all goes to me putting the time and the effort to get myself to freedom. This is part of my freedom vision, is to travel around the world and having friends in different parts of the world, that when I can say, I can, I'm going to see my friend in New Zealand, or I'm going to see my friend in Thailand, or whatever. And other thing is, like, for my son, I keep dwelling to him. I have this audio tapes, in my car that I listen to, like T. Harv Eker and other inspirational, speakers, and all these books that now I started to read. And I keep telling my son, I said, do you know where the money is? He said, no, the money is at work. You go to work to make money. I said, no, the money is in the books. You have to read the books, because books will give you information. Not only that they give you information, because you can read a lot of books and do nothing with what you read, but learning the information from the books and putting that into an exercise, and put it to work, put it to action, because the best way you can learn is by practicing. So I keep telling him, I said, if you're gonna start reading books, and he's starting to read, this is where the money is at. Like Robert Kiyosaki said, information is the new money, so go out and get the information. So that's, I guess, part of my different dreams is, getting in shape, feeling good, getting my mindset straight, read more books, read every day for 30 minutes a day, listen to an audio, surround myself with some good people, think positive, and just really, really believe in that I'm going to succeed, because I have a vision, I know where I'm going, and I want to tag along as many people as I can, so that at the end of the day we can all be free and happy.
So you say that books are or knowledge is power, and you're reading books. So tell me, what are 2 or 3 books that you're reading now, or the 2 or 3 last books that you've read that you can think of?
Oh yeah, I've got actually the very first book that I have read is The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. And the second book I read was Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and a lot of people know that one. Now I'm currently reading by Rick Warren, Purpose Driven Life, or the hold on, yeah, Purpose Driven Life. Um, I have another book that I haven't started to read is the Numerology Guidebook. I don't know if you could, yeah, you can see it here, there. Yeah, I'm also I have a lot of different hobbies, so I tend to get books on all these different hobbies. Like there's another one is a millionaire teacher. It's the 9 rules of this one here. Can you see? Yeah. It's the 9 rules of wealth you should have learned in school. So it's like a newbie investor, investor guide. I like investments. I like to learn about them. And other books are simply on relationship, because between men and women, differences like, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. Relationships books, because at the end of the day, it's all about relationships, because we make relationships with people every day, and I think it's really important to understand the how men think and how women think, because sometimes it could play a really critical part for you in your business, as well as in the relationship, because I find that there's the divorce rate these days is huge. There's families don't stick together. People get married, and 6 months or 3 4 months or a year, people get a divorce. Simply they not having an understanding how to communicate, because it's all about communication. So I like to read a lot of relationship books. I guess because my own relationship didn't work out, and I really want to make it work on the next one.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and relationships are really interesting, and you've gone on a really strong journey for personal development, and I guess, well, all of us have, especially in our group. But do you ever notice? Because there's some things that have happened in my personal life where uh, you you go through your personal development and you're this new person and you're doing awesome, but then sometimes you go back and you notice old patterns creeping up, like old ways of thinking. Just, for example, um, you know, you, I used to get mad at certain things, when I was a teenager, and now they just don't even matter. And I was going through a period of personal development, and it's really a work in progress, just trying to get through. Just trying to learn to recognize certain things about yourself and then to recorrect them and get rid of old habits and start building new habits. It's a work in progress throughout your whole life. And it's one thing to be able to go through your personal development on your own, but once you get into a relationship, man, it changes the dynamic completely. And my husband and I, like, he's done a lot of personal development on his own as well, and we were just talking about this yesterday, that we had relationships with other people before, excuse me, and they went bad, and we really worked on ourselves. And as two single people, we were fine. We were able to learn our own habits and retrain ourselves and pick up new habits. And now we're together, and then some old habits are coming up, and we're like, shoot, we've never had to deal with this bit before, so now we have to go back and kind of relearn it. So it's quite an interesting thing. But you're right.
Just bring up an example of this old bring up an example of this old habit. What is it?
Just old habits, like for example, I'm gonna get really personal here, even though it just happened yesterday. So
Okay, okay.
no, it's fine. It's fine. So yesterday, in my head, I had another interview as well yesterday, and I wanted to get home really quick because I'm like, shoot, it's 3 o'clock. I really need to get home, and I don't want to hit traffic. And Mike made a comment to me, and then I looked at him and I got really mad at him, and I just ignored him, and he was like, I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, yeah, and he was just telling me later, I feel like, what you're getting mad at me for something that doesn't even matter, and it was just me getting mad at him because I was so stressed out, but I wasn't able to communicate how I really felt because I didn't really know what I was feeling at that moment in time until a few minutes later, and we talked it through, and I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have snapped at him because, but if it was me, 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, I would have just kind of started yelling even more and blaming things on him for no reason. So it's just like little habits like that, just trying to find something, wrong in him when there really isn't anything wrong. So.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's the growth process we go through and we change how we think, especially in the relationship, especially with someone you love. You don't want to, hurt the other person. And there's some, we all make mistakes and we get upset and we'll say things we don't mean and we'll act stupid sometimes. But as long as you can, you realize your mistake and you correct it on the spot, or that's all that matters. And as long as the other person understands that you're sincere and you didn't really mean it. So again, it goes back to communication, right? Communication between the two people, because you're always building a relationship. Anywhere you go, you will always have a relationship, whether it's a personal relationship, I don't know, intimate relationship, business relationship. It's all, we deal with people every single day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, communication is key. So.
Yeah, so do you mind telling me a little bit, because we're almost wrapping up here in an hour. We've got about 15 minutes left. Tell me a little bit about your own vision, like where, I mean, like I mentioned before, we all have this vision of freedom, but it's a little bit some, because everybody's journey is different. And what is your own like personal vision, because you'll have your own side to it as well. It's big, but then everybody has their own little side to it. So do you want to share a little bit?
Yeah, sure. Thanks for asking. And actually, I was, when we were at the mastermind, we were asked to think about our vision, and it took me a while to get to it. But I think when it comes down, for me, my vision can be summed up in 3 words. And those 3 words are reveal, embrace, and embody. And I really think that every one of us has something inside them to share with others, and I think there's a certain greatness that we have within us that needs to be released, and not everyone kind of sees that. And so I really want to be able to help people and reveal to them that they do have the greatness inside of them, and give them the chance to be able, show them how they can embrace their greatness and also embody it. And I think living by example is the best way to teach people, and that's part of the reason why Mike and I, left New Zealand and are traveling the world, because in living this life, because we want to show people that this is actually very possible. Because if you're not doing it and you're teaching it, no one's going to believe you, And so
Yeah.
I want to be able to show other people that this is possible, and that they have a greatness inside of them that they can, once they embody it themselves, they're also teaching other people, and without having to teach them. It's just, they know that they have this power inside of them that can do anything that they want to do, as long as they believe it and they take actionable steps towards who they want to be. And just like you said multiple times this session, is you need to get around the right people. you need to get around like-minded people who are supportive. And I've always kind of thought, well, I've learned that there are three types of people that you want to be around when you're around like-minded people. And one is, yeah, a mentor to guide you to get to where you want to be. A peer, someone who's going through the same going on the same path as you, so that you can talk to each other and bounce ideas off of each other and learn from each other. And then the third type of person is someone who's, a few steps behind you on your path, so that you can teach them and help them and mentor them so that they can get to where they want to go. And with teaching others, you learn even more about yourself, and you learn more about the whole process that you're going through. So I really want to be able to help others, and I've decided that 2014 is my year to help people. I mean, I want to help people for the rest of my life, but I'm making it a point for sure to start on working on the habit of
Yeah.
helping people now. So.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely agree with you on that. Yeah, it's same here. It's just for many years I've been sort of like alone and didn't really have people who would support me. And I had my own dreams, but I always felt like my dreams will be weird, and just having the fear to share my dreams with people. Just because, just being different, everybody's so different. Some people will really just, shy away, and they will, just keep them to themselves. Like, take Tiffany and Bernie, they're, the traveling dog. Their vision is to travel, see people travel with their dogs because, like dog owners, for, I guess, I don't know, for people that don't have any kids or whatnot, can travel with a dog, but that's them. And they will, bring and inspire people, animal love. Like, I love animals, but I would not travel with my dog. But that's them, and that's different. And some people might think it's weird. See, like, like I had my own dreams that I, never shared before, how I really felt inside, and things that I have like experienced. And the fact that, I don't know, I believe in spirits, and maybe sometimes I feel like I see ghosts and stuff. And, like, who do you share stuff like that with? But when there's somebody I met on Facebook actually today, and just randomly, it was exactly at 11 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock his time, and he shared this post I did on tuning in into a love frequency at 5:28, and he shared my post. And I'm like, and right away I'm sending him a message. I'm like, oh my God, like, this person is really, like, he likes my post and stuff and the pictures I post. So I started to realize that there are people out there who are simply scared to share what's going on inside in their mind, and they're really, seeking for people who like those same things. And it's absolutely beautiful. Just having to be open and just be who you are and just be you, and those people they'll find you. Because when you start showing yourself out there, they will automatically find you. You will attract those kind of people for yourself.
Yeah, that's so true. I mean, look at our group of people. I was like, I think that whole week I was looking at everybody and I was like, I can't even freaking believe that I'm around people like this. Like, I mean, I never in my life dreamed that this would actually, come true, that you would be around people who have similar dreams and who are just like themselves, and everybody was weird in their own little way, and it was okay. In your daily life now, there's some people in your family and some of your other friends who just think you're so weird, and little do they know that they've got it inside them too.
Yeah, yeah, but this thing is that they don't share it, and we do. We're here, we're sharing our stuff here. I'm putting my life out here for you. Like, this is me. Like, who are you? People sometimes really don't, who are you? Like, what do you like? I don't know. I like books. I like go to the gym. I like to hang out. I like movies. I like being around people, period. I'm a people's person. I'm cool. Like, hit me up. Send me a message. Let's talk.
Yeah, I mean, I myself have been kind of a mix of an introvert and an extrovert. Mainly, I've had low self-esteem growing up, trying to just thinking that, maybe people don't like me because of the way I am. And I think that at this point in time, I'm just like, I'm so sick of thinking of that way. I want to be me because, I don't really care what people think anymore. If they, they like me, they don't like me, that's okay. I'm just happy to be here, and I'm happy to be around people who have such a strong value, strong values and strong visions and strong dreams, and the will to help other people and to learn together and teach each other. So it's just such a I can't even describe it. What was someone Nicole was saying today? What was she saying? That this whole everything that we're going through, we can't even explain. It's an experience that you have to experience.
When somebody asks about what we do and the business that we're in, and what kind of an answer do you give to people? Like, what is it? And she said it's not. You have to experience it to understand what it is. Like,
Yeah.
I never knew, and I never thought I would be in Miami 3 weeks ago. Or I never thought that I would be doing webinars, for God's sake. I didn't even know what a webinar was when I got started. Google
Well,
Hangout? What
yeah.
the hell is a Google Hangout? I know about Google, but how do you hang out on Google? Like,
Well,
all this different stuff is so new. Like, and the information and the technology these days, like, even look at, the power of internet. Speaking of Google, whenever you want to go and look for something, where do you go? You go, go Google it. Go find it. Websites, people, you get food delivered to your house, like anything. Lots of, if you take Best Buy, for example, a lot more people are doing online shopping, and this is real life we're talking about. A lot of people have lost their jobs because more and more people are getting online. They're taking their businesses online. Even a lot of, some of the, like, even traditional businesses, like food businesses, because I'm in a food business, and part of my vision for our food business is to have an online store where people can go and shop for their ethnic products, for not only ethnic people, but anyone who wants to try, let's say, Russian food, will be able to go online and order, and just have, like, a warehouse set up with employees who will pack it in the box and have it, shipped out to them by a courier, and delivered to their house. So people could be, putting focus into so many other things and actually doing what they love doing, instead of, going to the store. And again, it's making things so much easier for people. Go to the store, with your card, pick out the items, go stand in line, pay for it, load it in the car, get home, offload it. Like, oh my God, this just takes so much time, for you to go grocery shopping. How easy it is just to go online, go on your favorite website or whatnot, like, I don't know, like an online superstore or whatever you want to call it. Bum, 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 with a click of a button, you stuff it in your cart, pay for it right there, get it delivered to you in a couple of days or something. The power of the internet is really huge, and a lot of, even like my mom and dad's age, like 50, the baby boomers or whatever, people are getting more online, and you see what happens. This is changing people. This is changing the world. This is the future. The internet is the future.
it is. And talking about saving times, I was talking to someone yesterday, and she was, asking me to go with her to meet with her and have all these meetings, and I'm like, it's kind of a waste of time driving all the way over there and going to a meeting. It's like I just, wake up in the morning and I go on the computer and I have a meeting. I mean, this is just it's so
Exactly.
easy. And I mean, the thing with us too is like,
Yeah.
you just said that you didn't know that you were going to be on a Google Hangout, but I think the biggest thing about you is that you just made a decision to do it because you know that it's good for you. You have your vision to keep
Yeah.
going through and doing things like this and really inspiring other people. So, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. And because I'm looking to connect with people, from around the world, English speaking or not English speaking, it doesn't really matter. Like, how many people, if I just, walk out of my house right now and walk up to every stranger and, help them and just ask them, how can I help you change your life? Where are you right now? Where, with the power of internet, you're really connected. People are out there looking for possibilities, for opportunities, how they can make their life better. And yes, money is important. Money, of course, you need money to live. right? But at the end of the day, you want to create relationships, you want to create friendships, you want to build trust with people, because the only time people will join your team is that if they trust you. That's the only way.
Exactly. So we're about done here, and we our next hangout is going to talk more about strategies and how tos on some of the stuff that we're doing, and we just wanted to share our vision and our dreams with you watching out there, and just to get an insight of what's in our brain, who we are, and what we're all about. And you'll learn more and more about us the more you check out our hangouts. So we have a really strong team, and yeah, click on the link below, join our team, and see what we're all about. Or you can watch us on another hangout. We want to see you. So do you have any
Yeah,
last
like
one?
yeah, like on that link below to join our team, we will take you to another video from the mastermind we did in Miami about 3 weeks ago. Like this is how we're all. Every 3 months, like we mentioned before, we get together, and there's always new people coming. We get together, we'll get a big house, everybody's staying, we'll cook together, we have fun together, we learn from each other, we mastermind, we share different ideas and strategies that will help us out with our businesses and with our vision and our dream. So click down on that link below and watch our video from our last mastermind, and the new one will be coming out in May. But this is a sneak peek. This is a teaser video. So I recommend you checking it out by clicking on the join our team button.
Yeah, when you click the link, the join our team button, you'll get a sneak peek for yeah, in Miami for sure, and New Orleans is coming up, and we've got these every 90 days, like we've said, and we we welcome you because we want to be able to change other people's lives too, because it was this whole experience is very transformational. So I guess that said, should we wrap this up?
Yeah, we wrap this up. We got a couple minutes. Next hangout, we'll be sharing some of the information and the learning that we learned from our mentors, and stuff that you can use and you can implement in your own life. And we'll talk a lot about mindset, because it's super important to have the proper mindset. And I'll show some of the strategies we use on making this happen for us and how we do what we do. So make sure that you get plugged in for the next hangout, and we'll see you later.
Awesome. Thank you very much. We appreciate you being here, and have a great day. Have a great evening. Bye.
Okay, Regina, take care.